Alright, welcome to Reno day 32. But I will start filming today. Today we're working on can lights, and it's already 2 o'clock because I spent the first half of the morning mapping out where they're going to go in this room. As you can see, there are no lights in this room, and it gets very dark, especially on an overcast rainy day like today. And the only light we have in here is that lamp. So what I did was obviously kind of did all the math this morning, figured out, this room is 18 inches or 18 feet long. From this wall over here is 12 feet. So that kind of made it easy finding these two lines, because if this is 12 feet, we know every 4 feet is a line off of that wall, and then 4 feet off of this wall is a line, and then in between should be 4 feet, totaling 12. The 18 was a little bit more difficult for 4 lights, but we ended up doing the math and figuring each light needed to be about 54 inches from each other, but having to come 27 inches away from the wall. So 27 inches away from this wall, 27 inches away from that wall down there is 54. When you combine them, so then 54 in between each one. Finding that specific spot wasn't that easy. I had to get Kristen to come down here so she could hold the tape measure on one end so I can get an accurate marking, and then kind of just made sure they were all good, and then went and got some twine and marked them around each nail. I put a nail up in there so that I can just check, make sure it's square, make sure the lines look straight. So when I put them in, because I'm just really paranoid that they're not going to be straight. Once I get them in there, they're not going to line up, and there's going to be 8 of them. I just want them to look good. So now, obviously I marked where all the studs are. And hold on, I'll get it to focus. I don't know why it's not focusing. But, and also the can lights that we're using, even if I do go over a stud, there's the wafers. So they're so thin, I can even go over a stud, because this little bit is just like the thickness of a sheetrock. So I just got to make sure that these two guys don't hit the stud. But so anyway, I'm going to, let's see, I bought this tool here for cutting out the holes. That pretty much just goes in the drill, and then these 2 blades spin in circles in the drill and cut, and then this clear bowl goes up against the ceiling so that it doesn't, hopefully to catch all the debris while you're cutting. So try to minimize the mess. I've also got some clear drop cloths I'm going to cover, like the TV and the couch. Also try to minimize the mess. So next step is pulling all these nails out and then going up in there and cutting the holes. And then we'll start running wire from hole to hole. And then eventually we're going to put the switch over there in that corner. So let's start cutting some holes. It's kind of nerve-wracking, but we got to do it. So let's go. Alright, little break in the action. I got 1, 2, 3, and 4 done. The battery on my phone was pretty low, so it was being kind of weird. Even though I had it plugged in, I don't know, sometimes it was charging, sometimes it wasn't, so it just stopped filming. But I started on there, but Kristen was on a meeting upstairs, so I didn't want to make too much noise. So since I had this one open, this was going to be the first one that was going to be connected to the switch, which is going to be over there. So like, well, it doesn't make too much noise to just run wire. So, but it is kind of weird up in the ceiling. I mean, there's like big joists that just kind of go up that kind of stop you. It's not just an easy point B to point A. I had to get my snake, go in through my existing hole, run it back to this hole, grab the grab the wire, run it over, pull it over to that hole, and then from that hole go over to here, because there's almost like a big beam running like right in here that separates almost like this side from like over here. So then I had to drill a second hole and then put the snake up in here, get it over to here, and then pull the wire over into here, which had a little snag up in here that I had to kind of get free of. But now I got the wire run from there to there, and then I'll put this box probably maybe right around here. And then I got power right there. So I'll come out of that box up to this switch box, connect it to the switch, and that's what's going to power. So as soon as Kristen gets off her meeting, I'll start back on that one. Then I'll have to probably move these couches and hit the middle one, other middle one, and then last one. And then I'll start running wires from, leapfrogging them all the way back. And then it's just as easy as hooking them up, plugging them in, and powering them on. But see how far we get. So just a quick update, because that cutter was giving me problems, so I was making a mess and just having to use the little hand saw and then my little electric oscillating cutter to get these out. Now it seems to be cutting better a little bit on that one, but I won't know until I start cutting again. So here we go. Alright, I don't know what was going on with my phone, but it would just sometimes stop recording or the screen would just go black, so it kind of missed a lot of pretty much everything. You did see a little bit of me running the wire from there to there, and there to there, and then it just kind of stopped recording. But I did run the wires from there to there, there to there, and there to there. So all the wires are run. So technically kind of ready. I could just start installing the lights, but I do kind of want to clean up all this. I can't really run the shop vac because Kristen's back on her meetings. Like, I need to run shop vac and then mop, but I don't want to like move the couches around because then it's just going to cover up these big piles. So I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll start, I guess just installing some of the lights and popping them up in there, seeing what they look like. I won't connect them to the power yet because I think in order to connect it to that outlet down there, that outlet is connected to all these outlets in this room, which is connected to the internet, which when I turn that off, we lose internet, and then Kristen can't work, and we have no internet. So I'll have to be real quick about when I actually set power to the wire, or to the switch, I mean. So, there you go. Snaked all my wires through. Got everything run. I'm sure my dad would say that that's like how I used to run soda lines back in the day. Be able to run lines through all kinds of stuff a lot worse than this, so I guess maybe that's where I get that from, but that seemed fairly easy. So I guess I'll put some lights in. Alright, it is the next day. My camera was being weird on my phone and just kept stopping whenever it felt like it, so I think when we left off I was showing you all the wires that run, so now I'm just putting in the lights. I did put in that first light all the way down there. So today I'm just going to be putting in the rest of these lights, and then I'll do all the wiring over there for the switch. So yeah, I'm just going to start wiring them up. Just kind of pretty much, cut these down to length, put them in the box, wire them up, and throw the lights in. Here's my remaining lights. So let's get going. Light week here in the Reno. Doing all lights all week. Stay tuned. Alright, we've got the switch power running up to our smart switch, which is getting power from up there. Got all that installed. The video kind of went black right around here, I don't know why, but I got the last two installed. So all 8 are in now. Can you see these? Yeah. All 8. And they are good to go. Amazon. Alexa, turn on living room lights. Boom. We have light in here for the first time. And it's glorious. They look great. So there you go. All 8 can lights up and running, and they are smart. So I think I might do some other light fixtures, some easier ones, just like maybe the stair one. I don't know if I'll do some cans. I know I need to do this back hallway one, remove that, turn that into a can. I'm gonna add one here and then remove that and make that a can. But that requires a little more work because I gotta take out the box, make the hole bigger on both of these. So I'm not sure which one task I'll do today, but we'll see. So there you go, cans. And then maybe tomorrow or Thursday I'll start doing the cans in the master bedroom. So up and running. Alright, I'm going to call this the Reno Day 32 recap, end of day, even though it is the third day that you're seeing on this one video. Just kind of stringing it all together. So the first day you saw me cut these holes in the living room. The second day I installed them all and then connected them to the switch, and you saw them turn on. Now we have lights in here. That was kind of it for yesterday. I can't remember what else I did yesterday other than after I got these lights working. But today, continuing light week, we started up here and we replaced these lights. If you remember, those two domes right there on the right were there and there. Those are gone. And then I added this third light, ran another line from there to there. So now we have nice bright lights down this hallway, and it matches the lights in the kitchen and the living room. And there's our smart switch for that, so that's all connected. I think what you guys haven't seen is we put a new light. We got this new guy in the laundry room, also connected to smart switch. So now we can control the new laundry room light with the A word. So yeah, so that's new light that got installed. Hallway lights. Let's see. Worked on this today. Alexa, turn on stairway lights. Alright, so we replaced this. This was an old dome lamp that we put a can in there. And yesterday we added one of the chandelier pendants. So if you're seeing this, we bought two of these. The other one is going to go right there on this beam. First we're going to wrap the beam in wood. So I'm going to have to buy the wood, cut the wood, get it on there. We'll have to either stain it or see what we want the wood to look like, and then I'll install this guy. So we installed this guy, another new light on the way up in the hallway. Here in the stairwell, so you can see that on the way down. I thought that was kind of cool and kind of looks like the period of the house. And then I did the upstairs hallway can lights. I replaced, that was a can, but it was an old one, so I replaced that with a newer one. And then this was an old light, an old dome light, so that got replaced with a can. And in this light up in the attic was all the wiring that connects all four of those lights that you just saw that are all on one circuit. So we have a three-way switch that controls all those lights I just showed you. This is a four-way switch that controls all those lights, and then there's one at the bottom of the stairs. And I wasn't able to get this connected to the smart switch because none of them had a common. So since all of the wiring was up in that light, I was up in the attic and I was able to run one wire from there in the attic and then down to this switch, just creating a common. So I was able to install a smart switch right here that now controls all these lights. Those two cans and then the two in the stairway. They're all on the same circuit. Let's see what else we did today. We replaced the can light in the master closet. So that's new, pretty easy. The light that used to be there, Kristen took down and she liked it and she decided to repurpose it. So there it is. She painted the top kind of like a New Age bronze and then kept the nice detailed, I don't know if you can see the nice detail on there, and we kind of cleaned it up. So that looks nice. Don't mind the cracks in the 100-year-old paint up there, however old. So that's also a new light, and it's got her daylight bulb in there that she loves. So now it's, I don't know if it's a good bit brighter, but I would assume it's a good bit brighter in her office now. And also, just for the hell of it, I installed the new switch. Might as well do it now. It's the only switch in this room, so now switches and outlets are done in her office. So, and lastly for the day, I was having the same issue with this light up here. It's only got one switch, which is over here, but there was no neutral wire. So I was trying to hook it up to a smart switch and it was just not having it. So I figured tomorrow we're having a guy come out and just close up these walls, do all the sheetrock work that I just don't want to do, because I feel like I could just be doing other stuff instead of the sheetrock. Would probably take me a lot longer. This guy's going to come out tomorrow and probably finish it on Friday, so it'll take him a day and a half to close up all this sheetrock. So I figured while I got this sheetrock open, I've had this cut open for a while, ever since I opened this wall. I could poke my head up in there and I can see over to there. So I was able to run a snake, not easy, from there to this hole. And then from here, I connected a wire, pulled it down through there. Once I had the wire from there strung to here, I then took the snake, came from this switch, which is going up here, so I cut this sheetrock open a little bit more, figuring what the hell, he's going to close it up tomorrow. Drilled a hole, ran the snake up there, and over to this hole. So then I connected the wire to the snake, pulled it through, essentially just running a wire from there to here and down there. You can see it, that single white wire right there. So I'm just creating a neutral, because these smart switches, they need a neutral in order to trigger the light switch to turn on. So now it's ready to go. That's a smart switch. It's not blinking at me. It's not going crazy. It's actually working, connected. I can't test it because I don't have the light. I can't install the light because of those connectors that I used once I install the light, then it's installed and I can't take it out. Otherwise I have to cut off those quick connectors, and we still need to wrap this beam, and we're going to paint up here. So I'm just going to leave it like that until I install the light, but it works now. It has a neutral and it'll be smart enabled. So that was a long recap for the day. End of day 31. Tomorrow I think we'll start on the can lights in the master bedroom. So there you have it, folks. End of day 31. Guess I'll get to editing.